G'day folks, it's Cortezerino, and as you already know, my castle is done. My beautiful little mountain village now has this huge thing next to it, so that means we have lots more work to do. We're not done yet. But whether or not we actually get onto that work today is a completely other story. Actually, I'll just tell you now, we're not getting onto it today, but I want to do farmland around here, and we want to keep building our city all the way out there. It's going to be so cool, but I kind of need a break from this area. But I thought I'd bring you here to show you this bit. This is the only bit I haven't shown in a Let's Play. I finished this off, and then I just put out the big time lapse for the castle. And I really like this area, so it's just the outer wall between the church and all that, and the wilderness beyond. But I think I've done this really well. We've just got a little bit of plant life around here, leaves and all that stuff. But I thought, why not throw a few fruit trees in here? I don't have many trees in the castle, so I've just buried the Netherwart blocks in the trees there. I think this place turned out really pretty. It's great to walk around. You should get the world download, guys. It's really fun to walk around this castle, although it's a little bit tricky to find your way around just because of the defensive aspect of this place. There aren't that many doorways, so you can be looking around all around here trying to find your way into there, and it's really tricky. Here we've got a little place where we're just storing some of the berries or fruit or whatever we've picked off the trees. There's nothing really to show in these walls. It's just a tiny little passage with the windows looking out. But if you do get the world download, guys, there is 2 ways into the main castle. You can go all the way up the end there to that doorway that'll take you through the barracks. Or the other way is to just go up this walkway here onto the castle wall, and then, oh God, I hope there's no beasties in here. Shouldn't be, it's all half-slabbed. And then you can just find your way into this place, and that'll take you everywhere you need to go. Oh yeah, sorry, it's a bit dark in here. I've got to get the shaders off in a minute. I've changed a few things that I haven't shown on camera, like this area here. Used to be all bunk beds like this for the guards. But just because these stairways led into really nice sort of populated areas of the castle, it didn't make sense for people to be walking through bedrooms. So I've put a nice staircase in. And what's the only other thing I forgot? So it's nice and dodgy in the world download, which is unfortunate, but that is down here. Well, I think it's the only other thing I've forgotten. Just under this, I just put a lantern in here just to stop mobs from spawning, and I never ended up putting anything in there. I think I wanted a wheelbarrow or something, so I will do that off camera. But this place is awesome. I kind of want to move in and make this my base because it's so pretty. But then, of course, at night time, all the mobs will be spawning on the roof, and it will be super dangerous, and I'll just end up putting holes in everything. So what are we doing today? So I don't have that many farms in my world. Like, I've got a fair bit, but I'm missing some that other people would think were necessities. For instance, I don't have an Enderman farm, and I'm kind of not in a hurry to make one. I don't even know if I'll bother making one. So you can see up here, I've got next to no ender pearls. This is just from killing the odd enderman here and there. So, like, why would you want an enderman farm? Well, you'd want it for ender pearls, but I've got elytra and rockets, so I don't really need them. And honestly, it's just another thing to take up a spot in my inventory that I'm rarely going to use. So I don't need the pearls, and then when it comes to XP, even though it's slower, I like to use my dual blaze farm, because at the same time I'm getting XP, I'm getting blaze rods for my huge super smelter. So, yeah, probably not going to do an enderman farm. The other thing I don't have is a sheep farm. I don't have one, but look at all that wool. And that's one chest. Let's go downstairs. Where's my... This is the overflow bulk storage for the wool. why on earth would I want a sheep farm when I've got the dual spider spawners that just grind them for me? So I'm crafting all the string into wool, and then I've got huge flower farms for the dye. So that's all I'm doing. I don't need to be shearing sheep, having all those entities causing lag. I can make any sort of wool I want. So we are going to do a farm today, though. And just before I leave, no, nothing in the smoker. This is one problem I need to deal with. I like to eat steaks for my main food source. I mean, I've got golden carrots, but I don't like them. I don't have a proper cow farm. I've got a little paddock with my cows in them that I just breed up and grab some steak every now and then. But yeah, hopefully where we're headed, I might be able to get a sort of cow farm going without the entities. That would be pretty cool. But I don't know if we'll get onto that today. I've got so many things I want to do today. I want to do a bunch of building as well. Uh-oh, we've got a ghast right where I want to go. Get out of the way, dude. We are taking... I've memorized a little flight path here. It is super dangerous. We get very low to the lava, but it makes it much quicker. There's my path. We are off to the Mushroom Island. So, oh, hang on. I'm going the wrong way. We have to scoot under this. There we go. So, yeah, I'm thinking, wouldn't it be nice if I can make a little passive mob farm with the mushrooms to get all my steak? But that's not the farm we're working on today. We're doing something else. I mentioned last episode I wanted to do a Netherwart farm, and I'm not really in need of Netherwart, but I've started now, so we are going to get this thing completed. But yeah, so many things I want to do today, guys. I want to do a bit of building at the Japanese area. I want to do a bit of building out here at the Mushroom Island. But I tell you what, guys, this Mushroom Island is coming along. I have done tons of work. So this place is barely recognizable. I have almost completely replaced all the mycelium with grass blocks. So because we can't do the trick by flooding the place anymore, we have to actually replace the blocks and put the grass down. It has taken a long time. I've placed every single block on this island, and this is about the size of the island. There's not much over the other side of those hills. So what I've done to make the island bigger is all the 1 block deep water, I've filled that in with grass blocks as well. So we've expanded the island, and it's about to turn nighttime, but mobs will not spawn on this area here, so that is pretty cool. But the other thing I've done, like, you know, Mushroom Islands, all the little peaks around here, they're all jagged and really nasty, but you'll notice all my hills are nice and rounded off. So while I was replacing the blocks, I've also terraformed everything. But have a look at these beaches. They're not done. I've got a lot more work to do. Let's have a nap so we can have a look at this in daylight. And we might have a fly around as well. So getting rid of the mycelium was a huge job. But what's even been a bigger job is putting in the beaches, guys. I'm trying to make this look as realistic as possible. So we've got nice curving beaches like they would be in real life. But I haven't just put the sand up here, I've also put it all the way down into the water and then tried to blend it in so it sort of disappears gradually. And I've done that all the way around, guys. It has been lots and lots of work. And then at the peaks where the beach ends, so I haven't done it here, we've still got mycelium there, but I've started putting in little rocky outcrops like this, mixing in the coral blocks as well. So there are a bunch of these. I've just done them very basically at the moment. But yeah, I can't tell you enough how much of a big job this was. Let's jump in the air and you can see how many beaches I've put in here. So yes, it's looking pretty cool. I've probably got a few too many little rocky outcrops, but once I start decorating the place a bit better, that might look a little bit more natural. Perhaps I can get rid of that one there. Whoops. We're falling in the water. But yeah, I don't know what to build out here now. Like I originally planned to put my big tree houses out here, but I don't know, this island's probably a bit small to have huge trees all over the place. So, I don't know. I'm still working on the beaches and the coastline, but in the meantime, I've started on my Netherwart farm, which means digging out a huge area out here. We've got to dig out a 4x6 chunk big room. And at the moment, I'm up to about 4 and 5 chunks. So we've got another chunk to clear out the back. And don't worry, I'm not going to make you watch the entire thing of me clearing this. I'm just doing this while I'm trying to think of what we're doing for the episode. But while we're here, somebody asked me in the comments of one of the videos, what do I think about the whole coronavirus thing? So I guess it's sort of different for everyone. Like, a lot of people are on lockdown, probably a lot of young people thinking, oh gee, I don't want my parents to get sick, but I'll probably be okay. I'm I guess in a unique position. I'm kind of like as if I was an old person here. I've got terrible asthma. So I pretty much, like some people will take their medicine morning and night, their preventative asthma, and they're good. I reckon I'm hitting myself every hour with the asthma medication. So I really don't want to get sick. I don't know how I'd go, because apparently your lungs fill up with liquid, and yeah, I don't think I would respond very well to a ventilator, so I'm desperately trying not to get sick. And then on top of that, my son, who's 9 years old now, has had a heart transplant, so he's immunocompromised, and we desperately don't want him to get sick as well. So I told, my job has actually been closed down by the government, but a week before it was closed down, we took our kids out of school. Schools are still open here, but we've taken our kids out of school, and I told my job a week ago, look, I can't come in, I can't afford to get sick, and pass it on to my son. And then the government went and shut down my workplace anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But I only work part-time anyway because I care for my son. Because he's had the heart transplant, but he's got a disability as well. So that takes up a bit of time. My wife works during the day, and then when she gets home, I would shoot off to my work. But yeah, so that's why I can do so many videos. Well, not so many videos, but spend so much time on my videos because I'm only working part-time. But now I've got 3 kids at home. It is getting pretty hard to record. They're all asleep at the moment. It's nice and early in the morning. Oh no. That's the last thing I need. Oh, at least we're pretty much at the end of the thing I have to dig out. At least there's no mobs down there, but there's probably spawners. Ooh, wouldn't it be nice if there's a skelly spawner down there? We'll have to do some caving later on. And I've completely lost my train of thought, but anyway, yeah, so coronavirus is super duper scary for me. Getting it sort of is not an option. Although if I did get it, you never know. I'm only 40. I might respond okay. I might be alright. And they don't actually know what sort of effect it will have on people with transplants. I've got another mate who's a Minecraft YouTuber, one man, one game. He's pretty cool. And he's also had a transplant. I think it was kidney transplant. So he's in the same position. So just do what your government tells you to do, guys. If they're telling you to quarantine, go and quarantine, because it's guys like us that are super duper worried. I did a bunch of shopping a few weeks ago, and I haven't actually left the house in 2 weeks. But it doesn't help that my wife has a job in an essential service. She works at the hospital where they currently have a bunch of coronavirus patients in there. She doesn't have direct contact with patients. She's a social worker. But yeah, it's scary. We've told her she's not allowed to bring coronavirus home. And my little boy keeps telling her that as well. Don't you dare bring coronavirus home with you. So anyway, I got to ask the question, what do I think of the coronavirus thing? I'm terrified, but soldiering on. Well, that was definitely an insert time-lapse moment. So if I put you to sleep with all that prattering on, hopefully the time-lapse woke you up. But I haven't actually recorded that time-lapse yet. I imagine it's going to be in the Japanese area. I haven't done it yet because I've been busy. I kind of forgot. I did have to dig out that extra chunk, but I forgot about raising the ceiling. So you'll notice we have made quite a big room here, and I've thrown in a ton of soul sand, which was actually really easy to get. As soon as I went through that portal just above me, there was soul sand everywhere, so that only took about 20 minutes. What took the longest time was, digging out the room. That took all last night. But then also I sort of decided to decorate a little bit here. This is all going to be water streams later, but I wanted it to look nice. And I have to put the sea lens in, otherwise we'd be sitting in the dark here and I wouldn't be able to see what I am doing. But basically what we've done here, guys, is we've made a Netherwart farm. Yep, believe it or not, it's a Netherwart farm and it is slightly large. The idea is that once I have gone through and harvested the entire thing, I'm going to go through in water streams, so nice and slow. And then by the time I get to the end and get thrown all the way back up to the other side, so I'll be AFK the whole time, the Netherwart will be fully grown and I can just keep on harvesting. So the entire time I'm AFK, I am harvesting, but I'm not actually harvesting myself, I'm just planting. And then at certain times, the flying machine will fly along and harvest the junk here. So basically, we've got all these pressure plates here. They will be holding back the separate water streams. There's going to be a lot of them. But just before, I'll be sitting in the water stream, just planting away, going back and forth like this. And I'll hit this pressure plate, and that will trigger that flying machine. You can see these slime blocks are stuck to that block here. So it'll go right across the soul sand, knocking all of this into our water streams, and it'll get collected at the end. And then I've got nice bare soul sand for when my guy gets into the next lane and he can plant again. So I don't remember exactly how this works. It's been probably about 1.5 years since I built it last. So I'm following my own tutorial, and I know the tutorial has a mistake in it somewhere, so I'm going to have to make sure I don't repeat that mistake, but I just thought I'd bring you in to show you what we're doing. I'm going to get this done. And then I've got an idea for something I want to build upstairs. And we are 24 hours later, and I can guarantee you we are not getting to that other little project up here today. Oh, I've spent so much time, too much time, on this farm beneath me. And we are so far away from my base where we are now that it is taking forever to build anything here because I have to keep running back to base. Takes a long time, so I think when we continue building out here, I might have to make myself a second little basin storage room just so we don't have to run off all the time. But you can see, guys, this has what has taken me the last day. So I've put in a roof made of snow. That was probably a mistake because I had to gather all that snow on a little island, a little nearby one, because you can't put snow golems down. Well, you can put them down on the Mushroom Island, but they don't make any snow. So I had to go over there and many trips off to my blaze farm to repair the tools. And yes, I've got a ridiculous amount of blaze rods now. But the roof's all done, and you know what? If this was a room that I was going to be in all the time, I think I would probably rip out the snow ceiling and see what pink terracotta looked like. Pink terracotta's a really nice looking block. It doesn't really look pink once you've got a whole lot of it down. But yeah, we've done the farm, guys. I AFK'd for about 2 hours, and I've already crafted up a fair bit of this. But we've got lots and lots of Netherwart. From memory, it gives me about 5,500 blocks per hour. But we're done, guys. We are done. Oh yeah, and the other reason it took me a stupid amount of time is because I couldn't actually reach that roof. So to put the ceiling in, I had to dig out a whole nother layer above it and then place those blocks like I was placing a floor. So yeah, too much work, guys. But we are going to leave it there for today. So the tutorial for this design will be in the description. I'll leave the link for you. Although I did it quite a while ago, and I talk so slowly, guys. It goes for about half an hour. I reckon it could have been 20 minutes long. I don't know. Maybe I didn't have my coffee that morning. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Cortezerino. I'll see you later.